Imagine, for a moment, that you are standing on solid ground, watching the sun rise slowly across the horizon, the same way it always has, the same rhythm humanity has trusted for millions of years. But suddenly, without warning, the Earth stops. The spinning of our planet, the invisible force that has shaped life, weather, and time itself, comes to a violent halt. What would happen to all of us if Earth suddenly stopped moving? The first thing to understand is that Earth rotates at an incredible speed. At the equator, the ground beneath your feet is spinning at over 1,600 kilometers per hour, or about 1,000 miles per hour. You don't feel this motion because everything around you, including the air, the oceans, and your own body, are all moving at the same speed. But if that rotation stopped instantly, the surface of the planet would not stop with it. Just like when a car suddenly brakes, everything not strapped down keeps moving forward. In T's case, every tree, building, ocean, and human being would be thrown eastward at supersonic speeds. Entire cities would be torn apart in an instant. Skyscrapers would collapse like toys. Forests would flatten, and people would be launched into the air. Cars, planes, even the oceans themselves would surge forward, creating waves taller than mountains. It would be a global catastrophe in the very first second. Now imagine the oceans. They make up over 70% of Earth's surface. And just like the air and the land, they are in constant motion with the planet. If the Earth stopped suddenly, every drop of water would keep rushing forward. Walls of water would sweep across continents, swallowing entire countries within minutes. Coastlines would vanish, replaced by endless floods racing inward. The force of these mega tsunamis would be so powerful that mountains near the sea would erode in moments. Humanity's great coastal cities, New York, Tokyo, Dubai, Mumbai, gone within the first hour. But even if you somehow survived that initial chaos, you would face an even greater problem. The atmosphere itself. Our air is also moving with Earth's rotation, wrapping around the globe at hundreds of meters per second. If the planet stopped instantly, the atmosphere would keep racing forward, creating winds stronger than any hurricane. Imagine walls of air blowing faster than sound, tearing roofs off houses, lifting entire buildings into the sky, and scouring the surface clean. These winds would not last just minutes. They would circle the planet, continuing to devastate everything in their path. And then there is the question of gravity and shape. Right now, Earth is not a perfect sphere. Because of its spin, it bulges slightly at the equator, making the planet wider across the middle. If Earth stopped rotating, this bulge would slowly collapse inward as gravity pulled everything toward a more perfect sphere. This means that trillions of tons of ocean water, which is currently held outward at the equator by centrifugal force, would drain toward the poles. Places like South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia would be left as barren deserts, while the Arctic and Antarctic would drown under new, massive oceans. Entire ecosystems would disappear, and humanity would be forced to migrate toward the new coastlines. But beyond the physical destruction, there is another terrifying consequence: the loss of the day-night cycle. Right now, Earth spins once every 24 hours, giving us sunrise, sunset, and the rhythm of life. If Earth stopped rotating, one half of the planet would face the sun constantly, locked in eternal daylight, while the other half would be trapped in endless night.